Oh, look.
There's it. Chill.
Oh, hello.
Chill.
Oh, hello.
This is Chella. This is Inty Minty.
Inty Minty.
Yeah.
I'm Dan anyway.
Steve.
Okay,
Pleased to meet you,
Steve.
mate.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all good.
So how long you been travelling for?
This trip, 7.5 months.
Really?
Yeah, from Harvey Bay, Queensland down to
Oh,
Canberra.
God.
I've done Canberra, New South Wales, Victoria, and to here, Flinders Island here. So,
And you just go around on this bike.
yep. Yeah, it's done a lot of travelling this bike.
And how do you find the other road users? They treat you all right, or?
Most people are pretty respectful. You get the odd dickhead that, you know, throws a bottle out at you or swears at you as they go past. And the truck drivers are very courteous because they get on the blow and they tell their mates, watch out, there's a guy on a bike, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Caravanners, the great nomads, they're really good.
Yep.
It's the dickhead that takes their caravan out once a year that forgets that the caravan sticks out 400 mil. They're the ones that, you know, I've had some pretty scary times with them. But
And tell me, I mean, so I don't mean to be, you keep eating, I don't want to interrupt your meal too much. We've noticed around Tassie the drivers aren't all that good. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. And also your roads are the worst I've been on.
Yeah, there's been a few dodgy roads, but
yeah, your highways are like second-rate roads that we have, you know.
Yeah.
Now I know New South Wales they whinge about their roads, but their roads to your roads are absolutely.
Well, when you say your roads, I'm not from Tassie.
No, okay.
Okay, I'm from Bendigo, Victoria. Have you been there?
No.
You haven't been there?
I will go through there.
That's central Victoria. That is.
Yeah.
Goldfields country.
Yeah, I'll do Australia twice. I'll go around the beaches once, and then I'll go like do the Murray River and go right inland. Victoria, New South Wales, and Queensland. There's a lot to see inland.
Right.
You know, like where you're talking about, Bendigo and that all around there, but I reckon it'd be unreal.
And what's what? You got a purpose or?
No.
Just travelling.
Just taking the dogs for a ride.
And how do they like it?
They love it. Yeah, we stop they're a bit like kids, you know. You got to stop every hour and let them have a wee and run around and.
So they just sort of go in the back there, or?
Yeah, they sit in the back, and that top one there's a sunshade, and the one underneath's the waterproof one when it's raining.
Oh, I see.
And this time of year now, I probably won't have anything down. I'll just let it free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you cycle through all sorts of weather. Okay.
Hardcore.
God.
Yeah, I'm hardcore. Snow, rain, hail.
Well, where do you originate from then?
Harvey Bay, Queensland.
Oh, Harvey Bay. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit different climate, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we're not used to minuses. And I've hit me -3 already here in Tassie, so I mean that, you know, you're alive when you hit that.
Yeah. Well, this is my third trip with my mate Tony. We've been getting out the last 3 years now. We've been filming little trips that we do.
Yeah.
And one of our trips that we got planned is right up to Cape York.
Oh.
Now we just got an XF ute, you know.
Yeah.
So
that's all right. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll get all that way up there, but we'll give it a crack. Have you ever been up that far?
Townsville, as far as I went.
Yeah.
Townsville, but that top end, that section and photography and videos, Gibbs River, if you ever get to go up that part, that's just absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah.
You'll be by yourself, so you've got to take enough food and water and that.
Right. Yeah.
And Cape York is, everyone who I've spoken to that's done it says they absolutely love it up there.
Yeah.
Well, you got the Daintree at Cairns all the way up there. It's just.
Yeah.
You got crocodiles, you got dingoes, you got, you know, all the good stuff. So.
Yeah, right. God.
Stingers and.
Yeah, I know. It's not real conducive to swimming, is it?
No.
Did you put this together yourself? Some of these things?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, I made the front one up, the rack on the front, because I couldn't buy one.
Yeah.
And the trailer, I kept breaking the shocks on the back there, so I made one up, a shock absorber. So it takes.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah, you learn from other trips, you know, what works and what breaks and what you fix. And
so do you keep going back to Harvey Bay, or?
This trip, this is a world trip, this one.
Really?
I'll do Australia. I'm not like the tourists that just go straight down the highways.
Yeah.
I'll go like, I went up the top end up here, up to Pedal Point and all up there. Up from Gladstone up the point there, Portland. I go right inland and do all the beaches and hop around the beaches.
Yeah.
Second trip will be inland of Australia, right round, and when the dogs pass on, then it's around the world. So this is a full-time.
Right.
Full-time.
And do you do any research beforehand, or you just go along and
The
find?
best thing to do, like people say to me, do you train for it? And I say, no, just get on the bike and ride. And get fit, you know.
Yeah.
And you get fit, yeah.
Absolutely.
And you learn, you just learn things, you know, like the tricks of the trade, as we call them, like where to camp, where not to camp, and sort of, you know, getting water supplies.
Yeah.
Even drinking water in summer, you don't gulp water down. You have a sip,
a
little sip to wet your mouth, and then a tiny little drink, like the footballers do.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you just sweat, you just waste it, just comes straight out of you.
Absolutely.
Just little tricks like that with water, and you learn the tricks of the trade as you do it.
Yeah.
You learn very fast, very, very fast.
Do you find that you've got to keep topping up your supplies and find towns to do that? Or like, how long do you go for without having to go into a town and top up supplies yourself? How much can you
I can carry 2 weeks' food.
Really?
Yeah, I can carry 2 weeks' food, and that's with the dogs too. Water's my problem. I can carry 3 days' water, and then it's knock on the door and ask a farmer. But usually, touch wood, I've always, even Marlborough to Serena, that part of Queensland, there's desolated, there's nothing in between that section.
Yeah.
And I always found a farmer, you know, a little farm somewhere, and I'd zoom in there and fill up, and I'd just start to run out, and there'd be a house around the corner, and I'd pull into the house. It just worked out unreal. And a caravan will stop and say, do you need water? Right when you're down a half a water bottle, you know, and stuff like that.
You must have good karma.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Actually, I've got a little trick. I've been doing this since I've been travelling, is I keep 2 lots of money. I keep a $20 note for someone who's down and out. You know, sometimes I've used it a few times, and every time I've done that, 10 things happen back to me within the next couple of days, and I think, oh, there is something in it.
Yeah.
There was a lady I met in, what town was she in? I'm just trying to think where it was. Sale, Victoria.
Yep.
And she was walking along the road picking up little cigarette butts and lighting them.
Yeah.
And I said to her, look, here, go and buy yourself a pack of smokes and give her $20, you know?
Yeah.
And she sort of went, you know what I mean? Yeah. And when I come back from shopping, she was there lighting smoke, and she's handing them out to her friends, and it's little things like that you do.
You made a difference.
Yeah. And a homeless man I met, I give him some food. You know, I said, look here, I've got, you know, you bullshit a bit. I said, look, I've brought too much food, I can't carry it. Here, you want some food? You know, you never make out you're giving a hand out, you make out they're doing you a favour.
Yeah.
You know, and I said, oh, look, mate, I've got too much food here. Can you take some of it off me? I can't carry it. You know, but really, you know, I went out and brought it for him. Yeah. You know, and I gave him food, and then and he was a smoker, and I slipped $20 into half a pouch of tobacco.
Yeah.
So when he went to get the smokes, he's got $20. So actually, don't make him feel uncomfortable, like handing the money. You always got to sort of treat a person as a human first. Yeah. And a mate of mine was saying something that I never realised when I'd done that. I've been doing that for years, that thing. He said, that's something that those people will never ever forget, the kindness of another human.
Absolutely.
And I thought, I never thought of it that way, yeah. But then I've been walking up a mountain, going to Yorktown, up that Asbestos Ranges, and that's a big mean mother, straight up like that, and I'm walking up the mountain, and this lady stopped the car and said, oh, I'm going to Beaconsfield shopping. Do you want me to bring you back a pie and some Coke and that? And I said, oh, unreal, yeah. So I handed her $20, and she come back and she had all these groceries, you know, extra things like lollies and stuff. And I said, here's the money. She said, no. And see, that's the karma that comes back, you know?
Yeah, I believe in that myself.
Yeah, and I've always done that. On this trip, I've done that everywhere I've gone. If I see somebody down and out, like some people say to me, what happens if you give $20 to a druggie? And I said, well, that brings the druggie 20 minutes or an hour's happiness, doesn't it? Because I'm not a druggie, don't mean I should judge a druggie, you know?
Yep.
You know, it's like a person hanging for a drink that's got no money. And you give them a drink, you know what I mean? That's a little bit of enlightenment for them for half an hour or something. So that's the way I look at it. So I never sort of look at a person and judge them as I'm better than you, or because
you do what you feel's right, don't you?
Yeah. And actually, usually it's 99% of the time, I've always sort of ride into the place where, and another guy was homeless. He was laying on a park bench, and I spotted him, and I thought, oh yeah. So I went and got a pizza, and I got a real big one, you know, those real big mothers.
Yeah.
You know, and I walked up to him, and I said, oh mate, I ordered a bloody small one, and they give me this freaking big family bloody one. I can't eat this, there's no way. Can you give us a hand? He was noshing into it, and freaking, you know what I mean? You always, as I said, you've got to always make make sure you don't degrade a person. You always treat them as, you know, you're doing it, try to make out that they're doing you a favour, and then they relax and. But but it's true though. That the karma thing does work. It's
I believe it myself. How you been? This your first night here?
Yeah, I only got here today. Yeah.
And how long do you plan to stay here?
Just to tomorrow morning, and then I'll head off. Yeah.
You generally stay one night in one place.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll keep you fit, all right.
Yeah, and I was at Anson's Bay yesterday. I had a food drop off there from Gladstone, and so I stayed there a night, and I come here, and I made it here by lunchtime. But I thought it's too nice a place to sort of ride on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I thought, I'll stay here the night, and I travel down to the gardens tomorrow. And sometimes you don't know where you're going to be, which is the great part about it.
Yeah, that's right.
Because planning things don't always work, but
tell me about it.
But as you know, you know, you're doing your videos and your photography, and then you get to a place and you go, oh wow, and there's thousands of photos to take, and there's trees, there's birds, and you might say, oh geez, I'm going to stay here for another 3 days, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the joy of it, is not having any rules or times or.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we are limited of time, mate. It's been great talking to you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah. It's been a privilege.
I do wish you all the best. And
actually, I'll grab a photo of you, stick on your webpage.
I'm going to do the same thing. I was just going to ask you if you got access to the internet.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
but I haven't. I'm a bit slack with me webpage. I'm still doing Canberra. That's how far back. So what's your name? Sorry again.
Let me write it all down for you. Okay.
Okay.